Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl, okay, all right. It's your girl, LB and Blue. Welcome to my channel, Watch With Me, LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. We got another one, folks. All her fault was, Bluesy. This one was good, y'all. Listen, the cousins never steer me wrong. Let's get in here and talk about All Her Fault. I am 225 subscribers away from 20,000 subs, which is bananas. So to celebrate, I am doing a 20K giveaway just in time for the holidays. If you are interested, check the description box on my channel, hit the link, fill out the information. You will be entered to win a New Orleans themed gift basket just in time for the holidays. Just something from my heart to yours to say thank you for the ride, babe. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the fun. Thanks for the laughs and the giggles. Shenanigans Society members will be entered to win twice. I love y'all real bad. You already know what kind of shenanigans we get into, girl. So listen, if that's something you're interested in, feel free. Okay, let's get into the recap. Episode 1 opens up and we're going to pick up the baby from the play date, right? We're meeting Marissa Irvine. She's going to pick up her son Milo from a play date. She knocks on the door of the address that she was given to pick the baby up. And the lady opens the door and says, "Hey, how you doing?" Marissa said, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my son Milo." The lady said, "Why, whatever are you referring to?" It's an older lady, nice as she want to be. And Marissa said, "Well, yeah, this is the address that the lady gave me." And Marissa is starting to panic. She's trying to be calm, but she's starting to panic. And the lady said, "Well, just come in the house and we'll figure it out." And I said, pause. Ma'am, listen, I will step outside with you, or we can do this through the doorbell camera. You're not coming in my house, ma'am. This is 2025, okay? We don't invite strangers into the abode. So I said, she did it. Yeah, I said, you did it. You did it, ma'am. You know you did. Just because you old and elderly and you look like a nice little lady and you got a little dish towel on your shoulder don't mean. I don't know how you identify, ma'am, but I feel like you identify as her. It's all her fault. You did it. Because she was being so nice and like helpful and stuff. And I was like, I mean, I get it, but also no. You know what I mean? Because I'm dead on the inside and it's 2025. So I was like, The little boy Milo is 5 and he just started kindergarten. So she, trying to figure out what's going on. She calls the mom whose son is on the play date or whatever. She called the number and that thing say do do do. Girl, when I tell you, I'm talking about fall into a puddle. My children are not allowed to go literally anywhere. They can't have no play date with you. This is just my nightmare. She texted the lady not responding. The address that the lady gave Marissa not working. She don't know where her child is. Everything is going amok. So the lady who house she's in is coming up with all the solutions. Well, do you have like a parent tree at the school? Like a parent directory? She was like, yes, I do. Call the meddling ass mama. I just, listen, I'm fresh off of a school volunteer tour in Afghanistan. And I just don't understand why women have to be that way. And I'm not even gonna do it because I'm getting hot and stuff, but anyway. So the lady, Marissa, called another mom at the school, Sarah, and said, "Hey, my son Milo was on a play date with Jenny Kaminsky's son, Jacob, and I can't find what's going on or whatever." So Sarah said, Jacob is over here. I'm looking at Jacob right now with my 2 eyeballs. So there's something going on. Sarah is meddlesome. She's condescending. She's messy. She's controlling. I don't like that lady. So she get the parent tree. She called Jenny Kaminsky. Jenny Kaminsky number in Marissa's phone is not the number that was on the parent tree. Called Jenny and Jenny like, I'm in the city, babe. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was a misunderstanding or whatever. Long story short, the little boy Milo is missing in there. He up in smoke. We don't know where the little boy at. So she called her husband Peter. Now, both of these people are very wealthy, okay? Because she called her husband Peter, and Peter is coming from a big building downtown, and he got one of them rich people suits on with a big long overcoat. Now, they all in Chicago. I feel like in my mind, everybody in Chicago got along. I'm talking about from the tips of your scalp all the way down to under your feet. That's where your coat got to be. Because I'm telling you what I know. I'm so scared of a Chicago winter. A Midwest winter. That thing, girl, I would rather fight Freddy Krueger in the street than deal with that. I saw. Anyway, Marissa said, "Hey, Peter, Off chance, my guy, do you have our son? He was like, no, I'm downtown Chicago. I don't know what you're talking about. The lady who house she in drive Marissa home. Peter pull up right after her. Everybody frantic. Now, Peter has a brother who is disabled who lives on the property. It's a property. It's not a house, babe. They have a 4-car garage that separates their mansion from another, like a guest house. The brother lives there, so she goes knock on the brother door. Do you have a baby? The brother's like, no, I don't have a baby. What's going on? Call the police. The police come. The little boy missing. We got to get a description in. We got to put some things in place because we got to find this little boy, Milo. Now, these rich people have a nanny. The nanny's name is Anna Garcia. Anna just so happened to be going out of town that weekend, and she's not answering her phone. So I said, pause, girl. You did it. Listen, just give it up, Anna. You did it, okay? Just tell me why and bring the little boy back home safely. I ain't gonna be mad. You just gonna have to go to jail and they gonna beat you up. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And they show a picture of Milo. Now I say pause, okay? Marissa is a redhead, all right? And the daddy, Peter, he's not a blind guy. This little boy, Milo, got that, I'm talking about Australian type of, you know what I'm saying? Just being a son all the time, blonde hair. I said, listen, I don't know about genetics, but I had put a little pin right there. He was super cute. He had like really, cheeks and stuff. Oh my God, I love a mushy, muggly cheek child. Oh, I have cuteness aggression. I'm sorry. So now we gotta talk about Jenny Kaminsky right quick. Jenny Kaminsky is being played by Dakota Fanning, and I immediately said, you did it. I know you did, okay? Because we're not gonna put Dakota Fanning in here and not have her done it. She the one that done it. Bring the little boy back, Dakota. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna be mad. Bring the little boy back home. She's a working lady, okay? She has a husband named Richie. I immediately don't like Richie because he's very dismissive and very like, what's the big deal? And I'm already noticing a pattern with this show in that the drop off and pickup and scheduling is on the moms, okay? We got a two-parent household, but the moms are doing the lion's share of the mental load, scheduling, dropping off, picking up, figuring out, all the stuff. And I say, girl, don't trigger me, okay? I'm over here trying to have a good time. I'm actively also trying to teach because I have 3 boys, okay? I'm actively trying to teach my children how to plan things and how to think about things ahead of time, how to shop for gifts and stuff, like tokens of affection and stuff like that. Because what's not going to happen, I'm not going to be made ashamed. If my child's girlfriend or boyfriend comes up to me talking about, oh, he shoulda, coulda, woulda, you ain't going to make me shame. Absolutely not. You going to know. You're going to know, okay? You're going to get the hygiene. You're going to know how to shop for gifts. You're going to know how to take care of yourself. You're going to know how to take care of a house. You're going to know how to cook. You're going to take the trash out when you see the trash is full and not just keep mushing the shit down until the damn bag ripped from the bottom. That's my goal as a mom. And to have them be good people and not trash, So now we meet Colin. That is Marissa's best friend and business partner. Colin is also Lawrence from Insecure. And I say, listen, don't come over here pissing me off. I'm just telling you now, I listen. Now, during this time also, they find that the nanny, Anna, her phone has been left behind. Now back over there with Jenny. Jenny is a publishing lady. She's at a business dinner trying to get like a new client. The daddy keep calling her, talking about where's the towels at? Where the refrigerator went? Does milk go in the fridge? Is the sky blue? Like he texting a lady and asking her questions that as a functioning and present parent, he should know. Instead of not responding to that bullshit, she's like not engaging in the conversation. Matter of fact, she gets up and excuses herself and goes to talk on the phone. And the husband is like, well, he like when you put him to bed. I don't really know what to do. He just keep crying on. But hey, no, he all right. That little boy all right. Shit, if he don't go to bed with matching pajamas, put him in a big shirt, okay? Put him in a potato sack. I don't care. Child, now back over there by Marissa and them. Anna come home. Anna pull up in her little car and she running out to her. They like, where's Milo? She like, what are y'all talking about? I just came back to get my cell phone. I don't know what's going on. They find out that Milo was picked up at school by a lady named Carrie Finch, right? And they tell this information to everybody in front of Anna, the nanny, and the mom and the daddy. And so Anna obviously knows who Carrie Finch is. We find out that Carrie Finch is a nanny that worked for Jenny Kaminsky and her raggedy husband. Anna and Carrie had made friends. They just like nanny friends. And so Anna is like, oh, Should I say? Should I not say? I'm not sure. So now we got to meet the detectives that are investigating the case. Detective Alcaraz and Detective Gurko. Now, Detective Alcaraz, that's my boy Michael Pena. I said, hell yeah, he gonna get to the bottom of it. You put Michael Pena on the case, Michael Pena gonna find that little boy. I love Michael Pena down. This is a Michael Pena appreciation post, okay? Shout out to Michael Pena. Mike Pena, call me, bro. We'll go get some drinks and stuff. We also see how Jenny and Marissa meet and how they become friends. They wore the same dress to like a school fundraiser, and they were just being overwhelmed by all the things at this school fundraiser because that's not really the kind of ladies they are. So they decide, you know what, we're gonna hide out in the bathroom, we're gonna drink wine, and we're gonna talk shit about our husbands. Sounds like a good time to me. They have a lot in common. They giggle and they talk about the things that they struggle with as working mothers, and they talk about how their husbands are like incompetent. You know, they find commonality in that, and that is why Marissa felt comfortable letting her son go for a play date with Jenny's son. At Jenny's house, the police go over there to investigate because it was tea. And so Jenny and her husband are talking, and they say, listen, we might be on the hook for this, which I still didn't understand that, because how can they be held liable for another person's actions? Like, I don't know. They were saying like, well, they might sue us because we hired the nanny that kidnapped their child. Jenny was feeling like some kind of way, right? Because she's a mother and that's her friend, and that's like, you know, messed up situation. But we gotta say something. Like, we gotta say something. Gotta give her fruit back. Like, we gotta do something. We can't just not say nothing. And the husband was like, don't apologize, because if you do, we're gonna be on the hook. Jenny says, shut up. Okay, so she ended up going over there by Marissa's house to go like give her condolences. You know, she was feeling like really upset or whatever. And so Marissa brought Jenny in the house and was like, this my friend. She said she's sorry, and we ain't gonna talk about it no more. That's my friend. Girl power. So now we see how it was when Marissa and her husband Peter brought Milo home from the hospital. When it first started, Peter was very like in tune with Marissa. Like, you up, I'm up. You feeding, I'ma get the diaper. But then after a while, Peter was like, he wants you, girl. I'ma just go to sleep. Marissa wasn't sleeping. Sleep when the baby sleep. Or who invented that? Like, stop saying that. Like, that don't make no damn sense. Because if I sleep when the baby sleep, me and the baby gonna be dead, okay? Because the baby ain't gonna have no clothes. I'm gonna be dirty. I'm not gonna be hygienic at all. We ain't gonna have nothing to eat. I'm gonna be emaciated. Then my milk not gonna come in. Then I got to go buy a formula, but we don't have the motherfucker. Hey, don't tell me that. When the baby sleep, he ain't really sleeping, and I'm thinking that he dead, so I got to go put my finger under his nose to make sure, ain't no sleep when the baby sleep. Shut up. Now we got to get in gear, babe. We got to get Milo's picture out there. We got to get a hotline going. It's all hands on deck situation. Now over there with Jenny, her nanny obviously has gone. The bitch is absconded. She don't have a nanny, but she still has a job, as does her husband. Now, her husband is an English teacher in high school. She is the VP of publishing for a major publishing house. Everybody's job is important, but I just would assume that the VP of publishing makes more money than a Chicago public school teacher. That's just me. Richard with his dog ass, he was like, listen, I got Quizzix after school. I can't pick up the baby from school because I have an extra credit, extracurricular. I'm not being paid for a free labor ass activity that I have to do with other people's children. Now the wife, Jenny, she got a meeting with goddamn James Patterson or some damn body. And I said, well, I don't know, Richie, but I feel like you're pissing me off at this current juncture, and I feel like you need to shut up and go get your child from school. I just can't deal. It has now been made public that Milo has disappeared, and of course, everybody got a comment. Why is your child missing? How could you let your child go by somebody you don't know? The mama did it, the daddy did it, the nanny did it, Mary Tyler Moore did it, Dick Van Dyke did it. They also have big billboards all around Chicago with the little boy face on it. I'm not really checking for Peter. Peter's vibe is very like strange. It's like he wants me to like him, but because he wants me to like him in terms of the way that he speaks and presents himself and the things that he says, I don't like him. Because what you doing? Like, you a try hard. I don't know. Something about him, when his brother, who again has a disability, was like on his phone, or like somebody called his phone or texted or whatever, he was like, who is calling you? That man got business. Mind yours. Like, why are you worried about, something just was, at this point, I was like, Peter, I don't know. Maybe Milo ran away from home to get away from you. I'm not a fan. The family is over there getting ready to do a press conference, right? And the sister there, I don't know, did I tell you about Leah? Leah. I don't know. Leah is the sister. Now, Leah, she be turning up. So she was getting into it with some people that was recording the family. Marissa was talking about how public perception is like important, and that like if people don't like the family, they're not gonna look for the little boy. Leah in the lobby turning up, but it was a whole thing. Marissa like, it's like too much. Here all of a sudden come Jenny Kaminsky. I say, I know you did it. I know you did it, because what you doing over here? Don't habitually line step, Jenny. You know how the serial killers, they kill somebody and then they go like stand outside and watch the people investigate the thing that they did. I say, yeah, Jenny, I got my eye on you, girl. Jenny tells Marissa that the police came over and that, you know, they asked all kind of stuff. And one of the things that they asked was about her last day off, which was the 25th. Marissa is like, the 25th, you say? So then that has like a little flashback of when Peter said that he was going to be doing something. He wasn't going to be available on the 25th or whatever. And so I was like, oh, so the nanny and the daddy did it. Maybe they're going to kidnap the little boy and run away together. I don't like the daddy. No man was likable in this show, really, except for Brian. They also, and I have to say this, the little boy wanted a mall cake. Like it was his birthday coming up, and he loved how the cake tastes because it was his favorite flavor and it tastes green. I said pause. Immediately I knew what that was, because my son I have a child that has synesthesia. He can tell me like certain songs for him are certain colors, and certain words are certain colors, certain days are certain numbers, colors are tastes. I think it's the coolest freaking thing, bro. I just feel like my life would be so cool if I knew what color any Stevie Wonder song was. Oh, so I asked him like, baby, what color is this song? And he's like, oh, it's teal. And I'm like, what? So I just think that's so cool, because it's a very rare thing to have it in the show. I was like, oh, I knew it immediately. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Marissa said, let me get on this phone with somebody at the office so I could double check what Peter was talking about. The little assistant man was like, there was no conference on the 25th. He was just out of the office. What I said. So they getting ready for the press conference, and Peter get a text message to his phone that said, we need to talk now. Peter excused himself and go outside and say, hey, what's it gonna take to make this go away? So I say, yeah, just as I suspected. So then it's time for the press conference. The press is like, where the baby at? Why you don't look sad enough? Also, Peter didn't jump in to be like, hey, relax on my wife. He just let her get bombarded with all these questions. Marissa get off the stage and she's like, that's my child, right? And it just didn't look good, because of course the press is gonna spin it like, this lady crazy, no wonder her child is gone. All the commotion stemmed from the fact that Marissa reached out to somebody at a publishing company to get like information about missing children's cases and what happens and how to respond and whatever, right? And so somebody found out that she did that, and then they spun that to say that she faked they faked the whole thing for a book deal. And so that's why the press conference was so hostile. That's what Peter was doing. He said he tried to, he got wind of the whole little story or whatever. He tried to pay the people off, but it didn't work. And so Marissa was like, hey, bump all that. Are you sleeping with this lady because you said you was off on the 25th and you wasn't off on the 25th? He took off work to go see a neurosurgeon for his brother Brian. So Peter looked like he off the hook right now. So the detective go ahead and talk to Peter after all is said and done. Peter tells the detective that Brian is not a candidate for this surgery that they went to go find out about, that he doesn't like to use his wheelchair, and that Peter doesn't like to use his wheelchair, that he day trades, that he lives on the property with them, that he pays for all Brian's medical and, expenses, all his expenses. Same for his sister Leah. That his sister Leah just, is an addict, and, he pays for everything for her. And that if he take his eyes off of her for at least like a minute, then she just goes awry and she might get addicted again. And that, he just got to kind of juggle all these balls because his siblings just can't do it. If it's not for Peter, babe, then what are they going to do? Okay. Then he also talks about how Brian was not born disabled, that he had an accident that was Leah's fault. And the way he said it, I was like, ugh, it just felt gross the way he said it. Peter is a gross guy. I don't know about Peter, babe. I just don't like Pete. I just don't like that guy. I had a parakeet named Peter. He was sweet. Not this guy. Marissa and Jenny are together again. And through conversation, they discovered that Carrie, the nanny, has bought her son Jacob a milkshake at this specific place. Marissa checks her credit cards to see that her nanny bought a milkshake at that same place, like 1 and 2 minutes apart from each other on the same day at the same time. Now remember, Marissa's nanny said that she ain't know that lady Carrie. We know that she alive because they was nanny buddies together, right? Anna's lying, babe. What's going on, right? So then we also get another scene where we see Carrie Finch. Now she got like dark hair and she's like at a place, and out the back come Milo. Milo just as happy, like, girl, what you doing? What y'all got going on? Nothing is wrong. I said, Milo, you know your mama looking for you. So they call Anna and say, get your ass to this house. We got some questions. So Anna come over there and they say, Anna, bro, we know you know Carrie and you was out here lying. So Anna was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to get in trouble. Anna proceeds to tell... I say, Anna, babe, you out here just doing wrong. You're doing wrong. That girl told Carrie all about the people house, that they live in a big house, that they don't have an alarm, or what kind of alarm they had, that they work with people's money, millions of dollars, what kind of food Milo like, what time he go to bed, that she took him into the city one time when Carrie wasn't working and there was a man and she was like, I think he wants to be. I'm telling you, this lady was odd. And then like her voice when she was talking, she was crying, but it was whiny like, and she was making me so mad. And some of the stuff that the lady was talking about could have been nanny talk. But at this current point, I don't care, Anna girl. You just, girl, shut up. So then the doorbell rang, and then Marissa was like, that's the police, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. And Anna was like, but I'm gonna get in trouble, girl. Go to hell. Okay, don't nobody care. The police get there, and then Anna tells them about how they went to go watch the Chicago Marathon that the Raggedy Daddy was running in Peter, and that Marissa wanted Anna to come with them to, you know, whatever, because Marissa wanted to have a little business meeting at the marathon or whatever. She had told Carrie, the absconded ass nanny, that they were going in advance. So then the day comes, and then she get a text message that say, hey girl, we here, where y'all at? And so Anna was like, we on the corner of Normandy and Weston, bitch, I don't know. Carrie popped up. So they took the little boy to get some food, and then Anna realized she didn't have her phone. And so she said, hey, watch this child that I'm responsible for, even though you off the clock. You could be drunk and high, but go ahead and watch this little boy if I'm gonna run go away right quick. Came back, the little boy and Carrie wasn't there. And so she was looking around, and then when she finally spotted Carrie, she was in like a tussle with a man. And so she went over there, and the man was gone. And then she was like, who the hell was that? And Carrie was like, don't even worry about it. Maybe that's the man that got Milo. So now we gotta figure out who that was and where they were. The man might have a little boy. So Colin, Marissa's best friend, they manage money for people. Colin has a gambling problem. Colin is also going to be responsible for putting together like a canvassing, go out in the neighborhood, pass flyers around. Have you seen this little boy kind of situation, right? So they're talking about it, and then when they finish, Colin get ready to leave, and he get a call from the office that say, hey, the money from this account, bro, where the money at or whatever. And he like, yeah, it's on the way. Spend them people money. Also, Raggedy Peter at the house one day, they have beautiful cabinetry in that house. He get a call on his phone that said, hey bro, how you doing? We got your little boy. We know he like Fruit Loops. You better shut it up. We gonna call, you gonna give us some money. Don't tell nobody, because if you do, we gonna murder your child. Hey, so maybe Pete not in on it. Peter got a ransom call. Peter didn't say nothing to nobody. He followed directions and didn't say nothing. And I said, Pete, I don't know if I could have held that water, bro. I don't know if that was the right call for you, my guy. So Detective Alcaraz is going to try to figure out who this man was that was meeting with Carrie that day at the marathon. So he go to, you know, I don't know, High Tech Central headquarters or whatever, I don't know. And they're gonna use like red light cameras and like security footage and do all of that and triangulate, try to figure out who this man was. At this same time, they have started the canvassing in the neighborhood for Milo. Now, Peter said, oh, babe, I can't take it. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I just need to go for a little drive to clear my head. I'm going to be back in time, right? So now it's canvas time. Peter ain't nowhere to be found. His ass downtown Chicago somewhere going to do something sketchy in a corner on top of a goddamn parking garage or something. And I say, listen, you're ruling yourself out, but then you rule yourself right back on it. So he get out the car. He get a duffel bag chock full of money. Give me a couple stacks, Pete. I'm going to shut up about how weird you are. Throw me a couple stacks, you ain't gonna hear from me again, okay? That'll change my whole ass life right now. God damn. I don't never roll up and find a duffel bag full of money. Shoot. So I would be remiss if I did not talk about Detective Alcaraz and his son Sam. His son Sam is intellectually disabled, and I think he has like some physical disabilities as well. He is nonverbal. He can communicate a little bit. It is shocking in this show, the juxtaposition between Detective Alvarez as a father and these other fucking clowns as fathers, because Detective Alvarez is present. He knows his child's schedule. He knows how to, communicate with his child and for his child to understand. He's active and caring for his child, bathing his child, feeding his child, engaging with his child. He has a job just like all these other goddamn yahoos do. But this man is choosing to be a present and active father. Meanwhile, these other jokers is like, my son has a nose? Oh my God, what do I do with it? Things are coming out of it. I'm not sure. Like, they acting like they don't know what to do. It was literally kind of frustrating to watch. It was, I almost had to be like, listen, y'all gonna have to shape up or I'm gonna have to ship out. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do it. That's why I got divorced. I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't. So they end up finding a picture of the man that the nanny, the absconded nanny, was tussling with at the marathon. But then we go over there by Helen or Esther. What's her name? Esther. The lady whose house Marissa pulled up at where Milo was supposed to be, the little elderly old lady with the dish towel, right? So we go to her house and she was over there helping canvas, right? And she had donated food and she talking to the family, like she kind of in there or whatever. So we go back to the house with her. We see a picture. It's the goddamn man that was tussling on the corner on a picture with her. She was looking like a proud mother. And I said, see, that's why you can't trust nobody, bro. So now we over there by the man who picture we just found, the picture was on the lady and the lady was with the picture, the man. So we see him, he going into a corner store, he buying buku macaroni and cheese. He like just being real like sketchy or whatever, right? So he buy the macaroni and cheese, he get in the car. Why Milo in the back of the car in the car seat, but not in a dye Milo's hair brown? Milo doesn't seem worried at all. He think he on vacation because that's what the people done told him. So now over there by Detective Alvarez, him and his wife in the bed, and they like really stressed out because Sam, their son, goes to a school where he has his aide has a bunch of responsibilities. Like, she's not the only aide responsible for Sam, right? And so he's not getting the care that he needs. They just worry like parents tend to do, but for them it's like quadruple, you know what I mean, because of their child's special needs, right? And so they want Sam to go to this special private school where he would have a one-to-one aide and he would have outside playtime. But of course, it's very, very extremely expensive, which is totally fucked up. They have one spot, uno spatito, available at the school as like a lottery pick for like a free tuition scholarship kind of situation. It's such a sweet scene where Alvarez and Sam are getting ready in the morning and he's getting his baby dressed and they start dancing and singing I Can See Me, which is a bop. That's a certified bop. For all my life. But you could tell he's locked in with his child, as well he should be. He gives Sam some Skittles and Sam gonna separate them out and stuff, and Sam don't really get down with the yellow Skittles like that. And I'm partial to a yellow Skittle. I don't like the purple guys, but Sam, you do what you do, boo. One of the administrators at the school called Alvarez and said, hey bro, I need a quick little favor or whatever. I know you want to get Sam into the school, and a dude on the admissions committee, his son got popped for Xanax. So we were wondering if you could go ahead and take care of that. Maybe just, swap out the Xanax for some Tylenol, because they're going to run a test on it. And if it's Tylenol, then it ain't going to be no thing. But if it's Xanax, then he gonna have to get it on his record. He not gonna be able to go. It's gonna be a thing. So if you could go ahead and just do a little something for us, we'll appreciate it, and then we'll let Sam get into this program. And Alvarez is like, hell no, bro. You don't see I have morals? You don't see I'm not an unscrupulous, sketchy ass character? Okay, I am not gonna be a stereotype of a Chicago Police Department detective. And the man was like, all right, listen. Enjoy your time, bro. Best of luck to your future endeavors, because your child ain't getting into this school. One day, Alvarez go pick Sam up from school. The teacher was like, Sam was so good today. He sat down in this chair and did this puzzle for like 2 hours. And the man was like, oh, okay, that's good. Because, he be locked in with them puzzles. My baby love them puzzles. So he went over there and gave Sam a hug. Unfortunately, he had defecated on himself and he needed to be changed, but nobody went over there because they were so distracted with the other kids who needed attention, right? And because Sam was quiet, they felt like he didn't need attention when the whole time he did, right? And then Alvarez was like, you know what? Do you know what? Not my sweet Sam. Absolutely not. Okay, so he go ahead and do what he gotta do as a parent, and who can blame him? Not me. Not LB. That's a bar. They identified a man that was tussling with the absconding nanny Carrie as Kyle Schmidt. And they Smith. Not Schmidt like new girl. Smith like Mitty. Now, of course, we got to put APB out. We got to figure out where he at, his driver's license, did he rent a car, his bank accounts. We got to run, to run a thing. So they have decided to put his picture out before they identified the man, right? And there was worry because, if the man knew he was wanted, then he would run away with Milo because they put the picture out. The lady came in, Esther, the one with the house and the dish towel. She came and was like, this the deal. He was in a foster care. I was his foster mama. He's a good kid. He's not violent, X, Y, and Z, right? So now they on this man Kyle trail, okay? They done tracked him down to the little corner store where he done went to buy the macaroni for the little boy. And they put two and two together that he probably rented these little houses that's like right across the way from the little corner store. Go over there to the lady and they say, hey, did you see a man or a lady with a little boy? Shows them where they were staying. And they have all kind of stuff left over that kind of hints to the fact that there was a child there. They do see blood there. And so they like, hey, you got to get forensics over there. Now, while they doing that, they get a call that a body been found in the water. Oh, Lord. That's where episode 4 ends. I'm going to come back to do episodes 5 through 8 to figure out who the her in all her fault is, who done it. Bring the baby back. As long as Milo okay, I'm okay. But baby, I just need to know what's going on. Comment down below and let me know if you watched All Her Fault, what you thought of it. I did find the music a little bit in my ears. That's my only complaint. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to y'all in the comments. I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you later. Bye.